ሰላም ሰላም ተማሪዎች እንደምን አላችሁ? ዛሬም የማትሪክ ኤግዛም ጥያቄዎችን የመስራት ሁኔታ ይቀጥላል ማለት ነው። It says that x minus 2 is what? A factor of f of x is equal to, it is given function, polynomial function. So in case of polynomial function, if f of x is expressed as a form of, this is x minus what? C times what? Some function g of x. If x minus c is its factor, that means it divides f of x without what? Remainder. As a value of what? That means 6 is equal to 2 times 3, we can say. This implies what? 2 divides 6 without remainder. The remainder is 0. When we divide 6 by 3, it is remainder is 0. So the same for the case of polynomial function. If we divide this polynomial function, f of x, 3x is the power 4 minus 8x minus 8x plus 6 by x minus 2, the remainder is what? That is 0. What does it imply? This implies that this f of 2, in our case c is 2, which must be what? Is equal to 0. Since this is equal to what? 2 minus 2 times what? This is some function of what? G of 2. Since this equals what? As we did, that is 0. When substitute f of 2, it must be what? 0. This means what? 3 times what? To the power of 4 minus, this is 8 times to the power of 2 minus twice of h plus 6 must be what? This must be equal to 0. Sorry, this must be 0. Since x minus 2 is the factor of the given function f of x, which implies what? This is 3 times to the power of 4 means what? That is 16. Minus 8 times to the power of 2 means what? That is 4. Minus this is twice of h plus 6 is equal to 0. 3 times 16 means what? That is 48. This is minus 32 plus, let's collect like terms constant together, that is 6, equivalent to what? Twice h. Let's take the variable to the right side. 54 minus 32. This is equal to what? That is 2. This is 5 minus 3, that is 2, 22. Which implies 22 is equivalent to what? Twice of h. After that, solve h. To solve h, divide both sides by what? 2. This is by 2. What the value of this? This h is equal to 11. So from the given choice, the alternative is that is what? 11. That is B. ስለዚህ እዚህ ጋር ፋክተር ነው ከተባል ምን እናደርጋለን ማለት the zeros of this factor, that means the zeroth of this factor x is equal to 2 makes the given polynomial 0. ይሄንን 0 ያደርጋል ማለት ነው። በዚህ መንገድ ሌሎችንም ፕሮብሌሞች ሶልቭ ማድረግ እንችላለን ማለት ነው። So the value of h is that is 11. Let us consider the next one. If 7x plus 3y plus 9 is equal 0 and y is equal to mx plus 7 are parallel lines. When we say that two lines are parallel, if we say that L1 is parallel to what? L2, if and only if what? They have what? The same slope. M1, slope of line 1 must be equal to what? Slope of M2. If the two lines have the same slope, we call they are parallel. You can consider different example for this one. For instance, let's take L1 is equal to y is equal to what? This is 5x plus 7. And the other line which is equal to what? Minus, let's take 7. You can take this one. So they have different y-intercept. We call this 7 is the y-intercept, this negative 7 is y-intercept, but this 5 is the slope, this 5 also a slope for this line. So they have the same slope. If that's so, we call they are parallel. When come to for our problem, that's what 7x plus what? This is 3y plus 9 is equal to what? 0. After that, we'll try to solve y in terms of x to find the slope. This means y is equal to what? This is equal to negative 7x minus 9 divided by what? Both sides by 3. That means take this 7x and 9 to the right side. If it moves from the right side of the equal sign, then it becomes negative. Then both sides divided by 3. This becomes what? This is negative 7 over 3 x minus what? This is negative 9 divided by 3 is what? That is 3. So this is the equation with the line 1. So to have the same slope, that means m must be what? This implies that m must be negative 7 over 3 since the lines are parallel. The lines are parallel, so the value for this is the choice is C. Similarly, if say that perpendicular, in case of perpendicular, that means m1 times what? m2. The slope of the two lines, their product must be what? -1. Or one is the negative reciprocal of the other. Or this means what? m2 is equivalent to what? The negative reciprocal of that is m1. You have to take example from this. When you take this is y is equal to, for instance, 1 vertex plus 5, and let's take the other line, y is equal to negative 2x plus 2, for instance. If you consider this one, the slope of this is what? 1 over 2. The slope of this one is what? Negative 2. When you take their product, 1 over 2 times negative 2 is what? That is negative 1. Because of this, these two lines are what? They are perpendicular lines. Perpendicular line እንላለን ማለት ስለዚህ parallel ስንል the same slope መኖር አለበት። perpendicular ስንል ግን የፕሮዳክታቸው የስሎፖቹ ፕሮዳክት ምን መሆን አለበት? ኔጌቲቭ 1 መሆን አለበት ወይም one is negative reciprocal of the other እንላለን ማለት ነው። Let us consider the next one. The next it says that if x squared minus 6x plus y squared plus k is equal to 0 is equation of a circle. You are familiar about circles. A circle means what? It is a circle with equidistance from the center. Center everywhere yellow, we call this is what? Radius of the circle. So if you have the center which is different from 0, the origin we call that is what? X minus, let's take the center is h for the case of x square plus this is y minus what? Let's take the other corresponding center for value of k, that is k square is equal to what? This must be r square. To be this is equation of a circle, r must be what? R square, or r square is what? Greater than, it must be 0. If this r square is 0 means what? It becomes what? A point, not a circle. r square great square መሆን አለበት ከ0 መብለጥ አለበት ፖዚቲቭ መሆን አለበት ለምን square of real number ስለሆነ ስለዚህ it must be greater than 0 0 ሆነ ማለት it becomes a point not equation of a circle አይሆንም ማለት ነው. So this becomes what? We express this one using what? Completing square at the form of what? This one. በዚህ ፎርም መጻፍ አለብን ማለት ይሄ ምን ይሆናል? x square minus 6x, this the coefficient of x b, we call b, this is negative 6 divided by 2. What is that? Half of that ስንወስድ negative 3 ይሆናል. So plus negative 3 square. Minus what? The same number. Negative 3 square is what? That is 9. Yes, plus here is y square is equal to what? Negative k. This becomes equivalent to this one. ይሄ ማለት በሌላ መንገድ ስንገልጸው ይሄ ይሆናል ማለት negative 3 square ማለት 9 ነው 9 ሲቀነስ 9 ሲቀነስ 9 ምን ይሆናል 0 ይሆናል what x square minus 6x plus y square ይሆናል ማለት but we take this k to the right side ወደ right side ወስደናል ማለት this becomes what x square minus 6x plus here is 9 plus here is y square. Let's take this negative 9 to the right side. It becomes what? 9 minus k. Positive on almost negative on the right side. This becomes what? This implies this is x minus 3 square. This means these 3 terms. X square minus 6x plus 9 x minus 3 square. Perfect one man. Plus here is y square is equal to 9 minus k. So it has such forms. ይሄ ፎርም ማለት equation of a circle form ይሄን ይመስላል ማለት ስለዚህ it has such forms እዚህ ጋር ስመጣ ሴንተሩ ምን ይሆናል ማለት the center from this one the center is what that is the zeros of this is 3 እዚህ ጋር y component k 0 ስለሆነ we take here is 0 but it says that with radius is what 2 radius what is that this 9 this is 9 minus k is equal to what? R square. Our r result is given that is 2. This guy is 2 ስለሆነ 2 square. That means 2 square. Watch what? This implies 9 minus k is equal to what? 4. What the value of k? Which implies the value of k must be is equal to what? 9 minus 4 that is 5. Yeah, k value ስንት ይሆናል ማለት ነው? 5 ይሆናል ማለት 4. So from the choice the value is what? The correct answer is D. እንላለን ማለት ነው። ስለዚህ whatever the case የተሰጠንን ፕሮብለም በዚህ አይነት መንገድ ሶልቭ ማድረግ እንችላለን ማለት ነው። ለዛሬው እዚህ ላይ ይበቃልናል። ለሚቀጥለው ሌላ ይዤላችሁ እመጣለሁ። መልካም ጊዜ እመኝላችኋለሁ። ስለዚህ ቻናሉን ሰብስክራይብ፣ ሼር እና ላይክ ማድረጋችሁን አትርሱ። አመሰግናለሁ።